Basically, I have a son who, my son has had some severe illnesses. He's had neuroblastoma, which is childhood cancer, and it's actually a very severe cancer. And he had an autoimmune disorder that was attacking his brain, so he couldn't walk or talk. He had to relearn all of that. So he ended up with, it's called CVID, or common variable immune deficiency. That's what he has. That means he has no B cells. He had no B cells, no plasma cells, no antibodies. But he had some T cells. But then down the road, they found out his T cells had been dropping, and they were below the normal. So then he was pretty much like the little boy in a bubble. He had no immunity. So by then, all the doctors, all the 5 specialists I was going to see with him were just throwing their arms up going, we don't know what we're going to do. A lot of people and my friends said, you got to see Dr. Naram. He's really amazing. He could turn everything around. I've seen him do amazing things. And she herself said he did amazing things for her. So I did. We went, and it was kind of interesting. My husband took him all the way to Atlanta to see him, and my son was had been in the car for 5 hours, and it was 10:30 at night, and he was bouncing off the walls, you know, kids eventually. But Dr. Naram was so sweet. He just went and hello, and he was talking to him and playing with him, but meanwhile he was taking his pulse. And so he came to my husband. He said, okay, he said, so hyper, his vata is way really high. And he was saying all the different things that was going on with my son. And then my husband said, well, do you need to see him? He said, I already did. It was so fast. But so then what happened is we followed everything to the letter. All the diet that he said for him. He even told me that he could hardly digest anything. So he said only basmati rice, no brown rice, because he can't digest it. Basically really strict diet. And he gave him a bunch of herbs. And 3 weeks later, we went to see this very high, best immunologist in the country, because that's where they sent us. And here's my son. There he is. This is there, Tom.
I like dinosaurs.
And he loves dinosaurs. So he's the one who went through all of this. And so what happened next is this immunologist took a bunch of his blood, and a month later we got the results, and he said, well, all his B cells are normal, his plasma cells are normal, and all his T cells are normal. And I was like, are you talking about the same kid? Because in 3 weeks, he did what no other specialist could do in years, because he had no B cells for 6 years. Because my son is very sensitive, he could feel the love that Dr. Naram has for him. So he felt not threatened. He wasn't threatened at all. So he was just totally, whatever Dr. Naram told him, he just did it. Go on the floor, do this, do that, crack, so many things. And he just laughed the whole time, and he was walking and hugging him, and so, it's just so nice, He's wonderful. He's a very wonderful person. So anyway, so we went back to Dr. Naram with our whole family, because we were firm believers by then. So my youngest son, he was younger. He was I don't know, a year and a half, but he still had no hair. His hair was just not growing. And he had also some problems, skin problems, eczema he had. And so Dr. Naram totally took care of it. Within 2-3 weeks, he started to grow hair, and now he has, as you can see, my baby, he has full head of hair. That's thanks to Dr. Naram, and his skin is finished. No more eczema. I've never had to deal with that again. So that's been him. For me, I had a lot of digestive problem. I had migraine headaches. At least every month I would get a migraine with throwing up and all of that. And that's all gone. And also I had heartburns. That's gone. And I lost weight too. I lost probably 20 pounds. And then my husband also had some, that's the most amazing thing, is Dr. Naram could see that it was like the beginning of arthritis, something that no other doctors can find, because they find out when the disease is already manifested. So he could see in the unmanifested stage that if he doesn't do something and take the herbs, he will end up with arthritis later. So, I mean, we go see Dr. Naram instead of going to the doctors. We see him every 6 months because we want to make sure that, because he sees everything, you know, before it even manifests. Because when you see Dr. Naram, he sees like 100 people a day, so you won't spend an hour with him. Plus, a lot of time it's hard to understand Ayurveda and the lingo of it. So go and read about it first, and then you'll know about Marma and all the herbs and what they do. So when you see him, you know, you'll be more well versed and ready to know, because he'll just take the pulse and see you for a few minutes and that's it. But he knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows what works, and if you do it, it really does work. It's pretty amazing. So there's no other doctors, especially in America, that could just tell you what the problem is, because sometimes they treat the symptom and actually the cause is totally different. Like with my son, the symptoms was his immune system, but his digestion was totally off. So he knew what was, you know, he actually took care of a whole bunch of things, not just the immune system. Whereas with the regular doctors, they were bouncing me like a ping pong ball, you know. He's got digestive issues, send him to GI doctor, and then send him to immunology for this and heart doctor for that. And then they don't talk to each other. So they're all dealing with parts of my son without looking at the whole. Whereas Dr. Naram treats him, not the disease. He knows, you know, just by the pulse, okay, this is what's going on in his body, and he needs to balance, because it was totally out of balance. He's the doctor to see for sure, because he treats you, and nobody else does that. They treat diseases, not understanding who you are, because not everybody is the same. Their body is different, you know. So yeah, definitely everybody should see him. Of course, we'll have a longer wait time, but still, you know.